What it do, man? It's your boy Josh. We back up in this thing with another one. We woke up this morning. It's another beautiful day. All praise to the Most High, man. Let's get it, man. Man, if you guys saw that blunder that I uploaded yesterday with the audio issues, man, my apologies. I'm sincerely sorry, man. The one time that I don't review the video before I upload it, when I just say, yeah, upload it, I usually don't have any problems with my videos. Usually audio's on point. Usually, visuals on point. Let me just go ahead and upload it because I got to get to work. I got to be to work really earlier today because today is a special day. And when I ditched my routine, it cost me. And I put something out there that was is not the standard that I want to represent of this channel. Y'all see me that I'm not a big editor and I'm not a big guy that's all for the sub captions and the intro and the music and all that, because I'm solely basic on just focusing on the message. If you're on my channel, if you love my videos, man, if I could describe you, you just want the God honest truth. You just want it raw. You don't care exactly how you get it. As long as you just receive it. As long as your heart receives it, your mind receives it, that's all that matters. I'm not all for the glitz and glamour because it's all just a distraction and gets in the way of what God is trying to speak through me to you. I don't want anything to where I am the centerpiece or something that makes me look good. No, I just want to tell you exactly what God says. And so if you saw that blunder, man, it was pretty much going to be impossible for you to hear what God had to say with all that technical difficulties I had going on, man. But we back at it, man. We going to record it again. We going to re-upload it again, man. And so with that being said, the video that I uploaded yesterday that I'm uploading now today is a video for the guy. And I'm thinking right now because I'm literally thinking of myself before I started to grow, become a better version of myself, become a version that I could accept myself, because this is for the guy who cannot accept himself. This is for the guy who settles less than what he truly wants. He settles for it because he thinks that this is the best that he can possibly do. He settles for it because he's in fear of not obtaining anything more, anything better, anything ever again. This is for the guy that fears isolation, that fears to go through that darkness, that fears to be by himself and bet on himself and have more hope in achieving more than being shackled by his doubt. Let me drink some water real quick, man. This is for that guy. This is Josh Hope 2018, 2019, 2020. This is Josh Hope 2013, 2014, 2015. I'm going to lay out the process that you are going to have to endure. And when you hear this video out, man, you should have confidence and you should have faith in yourself and what God has called you to be in this world. You are going to be able to embrace who you are fully. You are going to be confident in who you are. And it's going to be a very simple 3-part process. And even though it's very simple and easy to remember and easy to follow, do not mistake its simplicity with its lack of difficulty, because I'm going to tell you, bro, it's going to be difficult. But as a guy that has gotten over the hump, that's gotten on the other side of it, it's worth it. I do it 100 times over and over and over again. And so I got my notes right here with me to help me stay on track, man. But the first part of the process that you have to understand is that you have to acceptance. The first thing I want you to accept is that you are not meant to be for everybody. You are not meant to change yourself, change who you are so that you can fit the mold, so that somebody can accept you, so that somebody can love you a little bit more, so that somebody could support you a little bit more. Who you are, there is nothing wrong with who you are. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are made by God himself, and God makes no mistakes. And when he was making you, he made no mistake. He made you the way you are because he has a specific purpose and a specific calling, and he has an anointing over your life. You are covered by the Most High, bro. You are made for who you were meant to be. Do not run away from that. Do not try to make yourself be something that you're not. Because Josh Hope back in the day, Josh Hope, people used to call me an Oreo. Black on the outside, white on the inside, because of the way I was raised. Because of the way that my parents raised me. By the way of the neighborhoods and the positions and the places and the schools that they placed me in. They called Josh Hope an Oreo. And I felt less confident in myself. I didn't fully embrace who I was because so many people thought it was lame. So many people would think it was corny. I figured I had to be something that I wasn't, and I was running away from being the person of who I was meant to be, of what God called me meant to be. That's the first thing, is that I wish I could go back and tell that Josh Holt a little bit early that, bro, there's nothing wrong with who you are. There's nothing wrong with being the guy that's black, that talks a certain way, that talks proper, that presents himself in a certain way. There's a reason as to why you still feel uncomfortable doing the things that are not like you. When you do the things that other people are doing, that makes them happy and makes them feel confident. There is a reason as to why you don't feel comfortable and you still feel that sense of doubt, even when you are doing things that are supposed to make you feel accepted. You were not designed for that matter. You were not designed to look that certain way. You were not designed to talk that certain way. If I go and pick up a Nissan Ultima is not designed to tow trailers on the back like a Ram 1500. Does that mean that the Nissan Ultima is less than? Does that mean the Nissan Ultima can't be great? No. The Nissan Ultima is the Nissan Ultima, and it was made for a specific purpose. And you can continue to make that Nissan Ultima a better version of itself when you continue to not change what its purpose is, but keep it the same, but maybe embrace it by adding on so that it can fulfill its purpose even more. A Nissan Ultima is a sedan car. You can make it look a certain way. You can customize it. You can put some rims on that junk. It can still look cold even though it's a Nissan Ultima. A Ram 1500 is meant to, you know what I'm saying? Put stuff in the back of it. Take heavy equipment. It has that capability. It's not supposed to fit into the same spaces, into the same areas as Nissan Ultimas. It may not be able to go as fast as the Ferrari because it's not within its purpose. Does that mean that the Ram 1500 is useless? No. The Ram 1500 is the Ram 1500. You can continue to make it a better version of that Ram 1500. By customizing it, adding this spec onto it, adding that to it. But at the very least, at the foundation, it's still gonna be a Ram 1500. And a Ram 1500 can look cold. A Nissan Ultima can look cold. Let's not change the foundation of who we are and what we are meant to be. This is for the guy that cannot accept himself. I'm here to tell you that the way you are made, there's nothing wrong with you. You have to accept yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. You are who you are because you have a specific purpose, bro. You have a specific purpose. Don't deviate. Don't deviate off of that. What you have to do, what you want to do is that you may be that Nissan Ultima, but you may be the stock version and you tired of being the stock version. You tired of being the basic version. If you that Ram 1500, you tired of being the tradesman version of yourself. And if you don't know what I mean by that, the basic, the lowest tier, the not all flashy, not the best this, not the best that, it's going to do the job, but it's not something really to be proud of because we can see other versions of other different vehicles that are better. We don't have to accept being the tradesman. We do have to accept if we're a Ram 1500, I have to accept that it's going to be a pickup truck and that's it. But There's a different trim. It's different levels of that Ram 1500 because you got a TRX that's got all the bells and whistles, got all the electronics, got all the strength, got all the towing capabilities, can go fast as a Hellcat, can do this, can do that. OnStar in that jump. All those things, building yourself up to become a better version of yourself. You don't have to accept the basic version of yourself. And if you are not proud of who you are, that is the problem. That is the underlying issue, is that. So, don't try to change yourself. Accept who you are and accept that there are going to be some people that are going to be out there looking for a Nissan Ultima and you might be a Ram 1500. There might be some people out there looking for a Ram 1500 and you may be the Nissan Ultima. You weren't designed to be for everybody. Everybody has different wants and desires. And even when you build yourself up, even to that TRX, that highest tier of that Ram 1500, there still may be somebody who doesn't accept you because they want that Nissan Altima. They don't want a truck. They want a car. The Ram 1500 don't be like, oh, I want that customer to buy me right now. I can't live with myself. The only way that I will be confident in who I am is if a customer buys. No, bro. That's not the case. You have to accept who you are and understand that there are going to be people that may not like you for you, and it's going to be okay. The second part of this process is that while you're on your journey, to not only make yourself a better person so that you can also attract the right things in your life, quality people, quality job, quality career, obtain quality skills, it's not going to be there. There's going to be some times where you're going to have to wait, where you're going to have to stay in the shadows and grind and work. You cannot allow the transformation phase, the phase of darkness, the phase that where people may actually doubt, where they said, actually, I don't know if this is best for me because, yeah, that person didn't make me feel good. They wouldn't accept me, but at least I wasn't lonely. At least I wasn't by myself. At least I wasn't putting all this work in with no results to show for it. How long do I have to stay in this phase until I get the results? How long do I have to stay in this phase until I get sold? How long do I have to stay in this phase until how many more customizable things and gadgets and gears and skills and knowledge and all these things that make me a better quality person? Why do I have to continue to work on myself? When can I get that customer that's going to accept me? When am I going to find my person that's going to accept me? How long am I going to have to work? This is daunting. This is sad. This is miserable. The one thing about being in misery is that being in misery alone is the worst feeling ever. You can endure misery as long as you got somebody with you. That's why when somebody is trying to pull you down, somebody else who is miserable, who is not happy and excited about life, when they try to bring you down, bring your spirits down, it's because going through misery is even worse when you have to go through it alone. That's why people that are miserable try to bring other people down and make them miserable right there alongside with them. Which leads on to my third point. The second part was going through that transformation phase and staying in that darkness and working on yourself and doing that forever, however long it takes until you start becoming that version of yourself that you can't accept. The goal at the end of the day is to accept who we are. And so if we want to live on this earth being proud of who we are, we got to be willing to sacrifice. Y'all boys don't want to sacrifice. Y'all boys don't want to be uncomfortable. Y'all boys want to quit. When things start getting too hard, you cannot quit. How would you feel like quitting today when tomorrow was the day you were supposed to win? We didn't come this far just to come this far. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep going. And to help you with this process, which leads to the third part of this process that you need to rely heavily on, which is probably the most important part. I said this is a 3-part process, but it's actually 3 things that you should be doing. The 3 things you have to do to accept yourself. And that is having your trust and faith in God. Like I said, he made you the way he made you. He's not going to give you all the blessings and everything off front. He wants to test your faith. He wants to test your discipline. He wants to sow into good ground, and you have to prove to him that you are in fact good ground, that he can trust you to step into the purpose that he has planned for you, that you are willing to grind. You guys remember the story of Moses? There's a story of Moses where God said, you probably are going to doubt. I'm telling you to do this and I'm telling you to do that. And it's going to be okay for you to doubt. And to not think that you know exactly, or think that what I have planned isn't going to come to fruition. It's okay. But that's where your faith has to come in. That this is not by mistake. That this is made and you are feeling the way you are feeling for a reason. It's so that you can prove that you can be good ground for the Most High to sow into. For you to prove to the Most High that you can be obedient, that you can do what he's called you to do. This is your time to prove to the Most High that you don't care about the results, that you just care about stepping into what he's called you to. This is the time for you to show the Most High that you're willing to do whatever it takes. This is for you to prove to the Most High that you're not doing this just so that you can get glory, so that you can get things out of it. You're doing this because it's what he's called you to do. And you trust that if you're doing that, he will bless you. He will take care of you. The things that you worry about not receiving, the things that you worry about receiving, all the things that you worry about that are outside of your control, you trust that he'll be able to take care of all of it as long as you taking care of business. As long as you taking care of what he called you to do, bro. Like I said, that process, hopefully I've said it in a very simple way. Hopefully that if you've been searching for answers and searching for, how to become a better version of yourself so you can love yourself, I hope I didn't say anything that sounded like rocket science to you. I hope I didn't tell you anything that's drastically surprising. I hope that what I said to you, it makes sense and it can be very practical for you. But the problem is not going to be that. The problem is going to be you thinking it's going to be easy. There's going to be times where the devil is going to try to deter you and knock you off track. There are going to be times where you feel like you can't do it. That is the devil. The devil does not want you to be fulfilled. The devil does not want you to step into what God has called you, because if he lets you let that happen, that's bad news for him. He does not want people to reach him. And when you are grinding and when you are working and you start receiving favor from the Lord, that is a shining light and a shining example to others that if they put their trust and their faith in God and you trust in his plans that he has for you, you will then be fulfilled. The devil doesn't want you to do that. So the devil is going to play on your emotions. The devil may start throwing things out of your way. When you stick to this process and you start feeling good and you start getting excited about what the God has called you to be, man, watch out, bro. Watch out. The devil hasn't messed with you because you've been exactly where he's wanted you to be. The average, mediocre guy that's not stepping into the purpose of what God has called you to do, that's not feeling better about himself, the person to deal with the pain of that, he's turning to drugs, he's turning to pornography, he's turning himself to lust, he's turning himself to bad desires, bad behaviors, behaviors that are of the flesh. And as long as you stay there, you are not a threat. As long as you choose to stay in that comfort zone, as long as you choose to accept who you are not a threat. But when you start to rise up, when you tell yourself, I get it now, I know what needs to be done now, that's when the devil is like, okay, he's a threat. Send the double team his way. Put the safety over him. Don't let him get a good release. Don't let him run a good route. Don't let him be successful, because if he does that, that's bad news for me. Remember, fellas, he's the opposition. And as long as you're not a threat, as long as you're not pushing the standards, as long as you're not opposing against him, he has no reason to worry about you. He has no reason to throw anything at you. You've already basically conceded and admitted defeat when you chose not to try, when you accepted that lesser version of yourself. You're exactly where he wants you to be. So when you start this new process, that of you wanting to become a better version of yourself, that's when things outside of your control are going to test you. That's when you're going to start facing obstacles. That's when you're going to start facing things that are going to put you into that season or that moment of doubt. Be on the lookout, bro. Stay strong. Do not let your faith waver. This is why I don't try, man, because every single time I try, this is exactly what happens. Always some stuff getting in the way. Man, I knew God was tripping when he told me this, when he put that thing that was in my heart. I knew that was all fugazi. I knew that wasn't really for me. That's just how I was feeling in the moment. But all these obstacles that's in the way, man, God ain't got me. Man, don't confuse yourself that thinking that God is not testing you also. Like I said at the beginning, this is all just a test of your faith. How many of y'all have heard that saying? It's not about how hard you can hit, but it's about how hard you can get hit, but keep moving forward. The journey to success, the journey to becoming a better version of yourself is not easy. Like I said, the Most High is going to give you favor. He's going to bless you once you've shown him that your faith will not waver, that you can stay disciplined, that you can stay committed and dedicated. And not allow the obstacles, not allow the things that the devil is throwing your way stop you. So, hopefully this video helps y'all, man. I'm so glad that I re-recorded this video, because this video is better. It's better than the one I recorded yesterday. Definitely. And so, with that being said, if you guys need a consult, because that's all I got for y'all boys. If you guys need a consultation, you want to talk to me one-on-one, man, you know where it's at. Link down below in the description, man. If you guys need a training program, trying to start your fitness journey, you know where it's at. Link down below in the description. If you guys want to reach out to me, say what's up, comments, questions, concerns, anything of that matter, I'm very accessible through Instagram. Send me a DM, link down below in the description. With that being said, before y'all boys go, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'ma holla at y'all boys.